Hey, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a pretty exciting video for you guys because I went ahead and purchased the Makeup by Ariel or Morphe X Makeup by Ariel brush collection. And I haven't bought a brush in such a long time. If anything, I think I just have too many brushes. But when I saw this particular brush collection and saw the video that he did with Patrick Star, I said that kind of weird. When I saw the video that he did with Patrick Star, I was just like, I think those are brushes that I want in my life. So I went ahead and I made a purchase on the Morphe website the day it came out. But yeah, this is what the package looks like. And this is going to be a true first impression because I have truly never even opened the package, so I'm doing all of this on, camera with you guys. I haven't been excited to purchase brushes in a very long time. And guys, it comes in this box. Let's open this together. So it has that kind of flip thing, and this is what the face set looks like. Now, I did debate whether I do need the eye set as well, but I think 6 or 5 of the 8 brushes in the eye set is already in this. So the ones that are not is, I think, the eyeliner brush. And what else is not in here? Okay, so the second brush is not included, which is kind of like a blending brush. And the eyeliner brush and the pencil brush is not included in this set. Okay guys, so I just popped the brushes out of the box, and as you can see, these are the 7, 3, 6, what am I saying? No, these are 6 face brushes. I literally can't even count. So these are the 6 face brushes. So this one, A24, is the foundation brush. This is A58. They're not necessarily labeled as foundation, whatnot. I just watched the video and saw that he used this for foundation. You have A58, which can be used kind of as a contour brush. A3.2, which he used to kind of, I guess, highlight or brush away bacon. There is a really big version to the A3.2, which is the A21, which is pretty much the same brush but in different sizes. So you guys could see that this is, the same brush but in different sizes. And then the 2 smaller face brushes, the A22, which is, next one is the A14, which is the smallest face brush in the set. Now I can see some people, if you want to apply color through the crease, you can use this brush as a crease brush, but mind you, it is bigger than your typical crease brush. So it would be nice to kind of diffuse eyeshadows, like literally right in the crease, but it's not something that you're going to use for precision application on the eyes. Now, the reason why I look at it and think of a eye brush is because of the density of the brush. This is a really dense brush that even for highlighter is a little too dense. So I wish if this would have counted as a eye brush, because what exactly am I going to use this for? And I would count this as a face brush because it is a double-ended concealer brush, so it has a smudger side. It has a smudge side to it, and then it has a concealer side to it. I personally hate double-ended brushes. I just hope though that when I put concealer on this, that this does get a little bit more tapered, because right now it's just a little too thick for, really, concealing under the brows, which is what I use concealer brushes for. And then let's talk about the 4 eye brushes. So we have a 11, which is pretty much a crease brush. like a fluffy crease brush. Then you have A20, which is your typical, what MAC brush would this be? I need to get the numbers because this is just your quintessential detailer crease brush. And then you have kind of what would be considered a lid brush, which is A29. I hope you guys could see that. And we have this beautiful brush, which is kind of like a smudge brush. And this one is A18. So once again, technically four eye brushes, a double-ended concealer brush, and 6 face brushes. Let's get into this tutorial, guys, because I definitely want to see how these brushes perform. I kind of want to go by what Ariel did with Patrick Star, so I did have some notes down. By the way, if you guys have not watched that video, I highly recommend it. Wouldn't it be nice if the sponge was the color of the brushes? I feel like this light blue sponge it just doesn't go with the vibe, you know? I feel like it would be so much nicer if it actually matches the color of, you know, the brushes itself. For the next step, we are going to set the lid, and we're going to use the translucent powder. This one is the Laura Mercier powder, and I'm going to go in with the A14 brush. So he actually uses this brush on the eyes, but more to diffuse or set or add the translucent powder. Okay, so with that same A14 brush, I'm going to dip into the shade and bring it through the crease and also at the top bridge of the nose. So I guess it's not that crazy to, you know, use this brush through the crease. This is still the A14 brush. So I don't know, you guys can actually call it a eye brush if you want. I'm gonna bring that shade right into the upper bridge of the nose. Okay guys, so we are going to use a darker shade now through the crease, and I'm gonna bring that through the crease with the A11 brush. So technically we are using the first eyeshadow brush, which is just a crease blender brush, and this one is a little bit more rounded than the A14 that we just used. Okay guys, these brushes are super soft. I might go back in with the A14 brush just to make sure that I blend both of these shades together. Okay guys, so this brush. Okay. This brush is beautiful. The only thing I would want more than this brush is a smaller version of this brush. Like, It's a beautiful brush. It is very soft and literally it blends itself. Like, I'm just using regular Inglot eyeshadows, nothing crazy or fancy, and I don't know, I'm looking in the mirror and yeah, it's the blend is seamless. Like, the density is perfect where it doesn't pick up too much product, but it gives you just enough to blend. It's so hard for me not to wing my eyeshadows out, and I realize I'm just doing it, but Ariel doesn't do that. I'm so used to winging my eyeshadows out that, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done that. I'm gonna try to see if I can blend this out. Damn it. Guys, so next I'm going to move to the number A20 brush. This is the crease. I'm gonna call it the crease definer brush. So now we're gonna go in and we're gonna cut the crease, and I think the brush he used for that is the little pencil brush. Yes, the A18, not a pencil brush, the little small tiny smudge brush, which is interesting. And I probably naturally would use the concealer brush to cut my crease, but we're gonna use the A18 brush because that's the one that he used. Okay, he's onto something with this brush. Using this brush to cut the crease is probably going to be a game changer for a lot of people. I don't know if I did the best job of cutting my crease. I probably could have brought it down a little bit more. Okay, I did such a better job of the second one than I did the first one, but let's see if we can kind of clean that up. I'm just gonna go back in with that first color that we used just to kind of bring this back down a little bit. I went a little too high with that concealer, so I'm just going to use the powder. And by the way, I'm using the same brush. I just wiped it off. I actually love this brush. I can't believe I'm saying that about a smudge brush. Okay guys, so now we are going to set the lid, and I can guess what brush we're going to use for that, but I just want to be sure. The A29, exactly. And I'm just going to set what we just did. I'm just gonna run and I'm gonna do some eyeliner and I'll be right back. I'm gonna move on to the foundation now, and now we're gonna see that brush in action. Okay, so I think I found my second favorite brush in the kit, and it's the foundation brush, which is the A24. I love a brush like this for my concealer. My favorite is the Delium Tools 957 brush, which I own probably 5 of these. I love this brush. It's a beautiful brush. So I'm now going to move on to contouring on the skin, and for that I'm going to use the A58 brush. Okay, let's see how this works. A58, which is the flat-ish domed, not domed, how would you say? It's kind of flat, it's rounded at the top, and ooh, he used cream for this, didn't he? Which is crazy because this is not as dense as I would think would be perfect for use with cream. But since he did that, that's what I'm gonna do. You see, this is not even picking up as much product as I would want. I'm just losing a couple of the bristles because, once again, this is not a brush that I would use for this step. I would keep this brush as a dry brush. I wouldn't necessarily use this for cream products, but that's what he did. Okay, just before I move on from this brush, as I said, it's a beautiful brush, but I would reserve it for powder contour as opposed to cream contour. So I'm just removing the product from the brush because this is not something that needs to be used in cream. And once again, I am losing bristles because I personally wouldn't use this for cream products at all. So I think with this brush I've lost a total of about 6 hairs just by using it for the cream products. So I'm just doing what he did, but I won't do that next time with this brush. Oh yeah, and I'm using the sponge to blend this out. Okay guys, so I'm gonna set now with translucent powder, and I'm gonna use the A3.2 brush. This is the medium, what would you say this is, domed brush? Okay, I think I'm liking this brush for this right here. I'm going to use the other end of the sponge to kind of bake under the eyes a bit. Okay, so I'm going to grab the bigger A21 brush and I'm going to set the rest of the face. Okay guys, so this is the final look using the Morphe X Ariel brush set. I had to do the video part talk through and part voiceover because I don't know if you guys could hear it, but there's like a little buzzing sound in the background, and that is coming from my lighting. Not sure if it's making it right now, because for the longest time I thought it was my microphone that was giving trouble, and I ended up purchasing another microphone and not realizing that my light makes this buzzing sound, and it was doing that midway through the not a tutorial, but what would you call this? Midway through the filming, the light started to become extremely loud, so that part I'm going to do a voiceover for. From using the brush, I will say off the bat, the brushes are beautiful. They are beautiful to look at. They are beautiful to hold. They're very lightweight. They're very soft, very, very soft. I can tell that Morphe did put a lot more effort into making these brushes in terms of the material, because they are very, very well made. You can tell they are actually quite beautiful. Actually, this can be my thumbnail, so let me just go with it. How cringy was that? Okay, so right off the bat, are these brushes what I would use every day? Absolutely. I think that looking at the set and what comes in the set, if I wanted a brush set that I could use every single day, I would say you don't need anything more than maybe dupes of what is already here. My favorite brush probably is the foundation brush. The reason is because this is what I would normally use to put my foundation on. I don't necessarily go with a sponge. I always go in with a brush like this, and this is just perfect. It's dense enough. I love the fiber that is used to create it, and yeah, right off the bat, this one is my favorite. Surprisingly, this brush is probably right up there with that brush, and it's the A18 brush. This little brush is so multi-dimensional, meaning you can use it for cream, you can use it for powder. It was beautiful to use under the eyes. It is so precise, and it's small, but this is a great brush. This is a beautiful brush. The tip of this brush is comes up to like a nice point, so it's so precise, but it blends beautifully. So this one is my second favorite. I love all of these brushes. This one was a surprise to me, the A22, because in the beginning I said that this brush, it's too big for a highlighter brush, but it's also very thin and fluffy, and you want that when you want to apply powder products that you don't necessarily want to pack on. So I used it for blush. Ariel used it on Patrick Star in his video for blush, and I think that it's the perfect use for this brush, because you don't want too much blush and you want to be able to build up that color, and this does that. So I absolutely love this brush. I didn't have much I didn't think much about it going in, but after using it, I absolutely love this brush as well. The other one that was a surprise to me as well is the A3.2. So remember, these brushes are kind of like this. So the middle size of these three brushes is the one I'm talking about, the A3.2. I love it. I love this brush. Like, I used it to set under my eyes, and it worked beautifully for that. And it's not too big, it's not too dense, and I used it a lot for blending, because I think one of the things that I learned in that video with Ariel is just how much time he spends blending. So I loved this for that. I blend my powders together, like my bronzer, foundation shade, and the highlighter, like those areas that you need to kind of diffuse more seamlessly. This brush did that beautifully, and I absolutely loved it. I do love these other two as well. I will say though, because this brush is a powder brush and because it comes to a dome, I did use it to powder my face with a face powder. Sorry if you can hear my dog barking, but I just want to finish up this video because I am losing some light and I just want to get through the video. But yeah, the A21, 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 it's great. It's great for powdering, but it's not going to give you a set face, I realize, with powder brushes like this. So if you want your makeup to last all day, I know that Ariel uses a sponge like this to actually pack the powder on the face, because this is how you're going to get your makeup lasting all day. This is good for applying powder, for diffusing color, for, you know, all over face. But if you do want your makeup to last long, this is just not gonna do it. It's going to apply the product, but it's not going to push it into the skin enough for it to last long. But if you are one of those people that doesn't want your face to look very airbrush, this is a powder brush that's gonna do that. It's beautiful. I will definitely use it, but I just want to let you guys know that it's not gonna pack the product as much to make your makeup last for hours. Okay, with that being said, let's talk about the A14 brush. As I said in the beginning, I do think that this is just a slightly bigger eye brush. I used it to apply the color through my crease, which is what Ariel did, and I like it for that. I actually think I'm going to start using this for highlighter because it is big enough and just fluffy enough, I think, to apply highlighter. I didn't apply highlighter today because I don't think Ariel used highlighter in his video. So let's try it with this little brush. And yeah, it's beautiful. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, this is gonna be my highlighter brush from now on. So the A14, beautiful for applying highlighter. I will say that I knew I wanted the face brush because, I don't know, I have all the eye brushes that I could possibly need. And I don't necessarily think that these brushes are groundbreaking, to be honest. The concealer brush is beautiful. It did what it was supposed to do. The eye brushes, the shapes aren't groundbreaking, but I will say though, guys, they are beautiful. They are soft. They blend amazingly. And I could probably see myself getting the face set because these are brushes that I don't mind having dupes of these. I want another one of this one. The A18 little brush again is just, it's beautiful. This is a beautiful smudge brush. I don't have anything like this in my collection, and it just did, it did the under eye in 2.5 seconds, and it was beautiful. But yeah, I don't have anything bad to say about these brushes. Oh, I didn't talk about this one, which is funny enough. I was just about to make a point about this brush. This is the A58 brush. This is the brush, and it's still shedding because I used it for cream product, which I'm probably 100% sure that's what Ariel did in the video with Patrick Star, because I followed that video, you know, just to use some of his techniques and use the brushes the way he used them as an initial first impression. I wouldn't use this for cream again. I don't think this bristle is designed for use with cream products because it was shedding, and it's the brush that gave me the most trouble. So I wouldn't use this again for cream, but I would definitely use it for powder and be happy with it like that. Apart from that, I didn't have any issues with it. I did use it afterwards for applying powder bronzer, and it worked beautifully for that. But I will say, not for cream. I will also point out though that it's probably not gonna last like this. It's a matte texture, so I can see that these brushes will get dirty. I think they're designed very beautifully, and yeah, I don't have anything else to say. I would purchase them. I would purchase a backup of the face. And so that is it for this video, guys. If you do have any other comments or questions, I should say, leave them in the comments section, and give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and subscribe and like as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video.